Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 29 of Guess the Trade. Now, episode 28 was a reload episode where we looked at Evan Bunch and then also Bruce Lay's new bag setups, new loadouts. That's the idea behind those. They were already in the Guess the Trade. We knew what their trade was. And the only kind of question that was left from that episode was Evan Bunch said he used his OTLC for a specific task in his residential electric trade. And I asked you to guess what you thought that might would be. And in case you did guess with that, his answer was he uses that bag specifically for meters, panels, and disconnects. So if you guessed that, you did a good job on that. Well, episode 28 is going to be two new loadouts that we haven't looked at before on the channel, or two new people that we haven't looked at. The first one is going to be the Practical Gadgeteer, or what we call TPG in the chat usually, because it's a whole lot easier to type that. But we're going to look at his couple bags. I think he's got the TP6B and then also the TPLD that we're going to look at. And then the second loadout we're going to look at is Vegan Cookies Good Tool Reviews. He has a Milwaukee pack-out tote along with an organizer that we're going to take a look at. And again, the idea behind these are we're going to look at these tools. We're going to guess what they do with these tools. Again, they could be a tradesperson, homeowner, DIY, whatever the specific task is. And if you want to guess as specific as you can, I always think that's interesting when people try to narrow it down to something real specific. But let's take a look at these two loadouts and see what we can find from them. Again, the first one we're going to look at is TPG. Again, he's got two Vito bags that we're going to look at. We're going to take a look at those tools, and then you can see if you can guess what it is that he uses them for. So again, here is the outside of the first bag we're going to look at. I'm pretty sure is the TP6B. I'm almost positive that's what he said that he's running. And again, we're going to see these tools out. So this is more of a, if you want to look at the loadout type of thing, he's got some Knipex in there. Looks like some Milwaukee as well. Some Klein tools, several different things we're looking at, some engineer scissors over there. So we'll go to the next picture. Here's the side of that bag. He has the Klein Impact ratcheting 11-in-1 along with a small Railer mag mat over there. He always talks about how I empty his wallet all the time, so I'm sure a lot of these tools are going to be things that you've seen on my channel or in my loadouts. So here is the Klein, again, the tester, and then also the breaker finder. Phenomenal tool right there. It's one of the best ones of those that I've ever used. Also has a work light off over here to the side. Sometimes you can look at their desk and workbenches and things like that and see certain things. Next picture is the other side. He's got a tape measure, 25-footer. Again, some different tapes, some Teflon tape, electrical tape. Looks like some hex keys, a Milwaukee fastback down in there. Also a mirror. And again, we're going to see all these tools spread out here in a minute, but this is just for an idea on loading out the bag. Here is, we're going to look from left to right at all the tools. So again, there's the Impact 11-in-1 ratcheting screwdriver. I think everybody has kind of turned around to carrying at least the Impact 11-in-1. I think bang for your buck and the most that you can do with it. I feel like that's the best 11-in-1 that's been out, no matter what brand it is that you're using, especially the best of the Klein. Again, it doesn't have magnetism. That's the one downside of most 11-in-1s, but again, most 11-in-1s don't have it either. The Klein does have a magnetic 11-in-1, but it's still not super magnetic. So you got to always plan to use a magnetizer, demagnetizer, or something along the lines with that. But as far as an 11-in-1 goes, I don't think you can, in my personal opinion, at the current moment of me filming this, I think it's the best 11-in-1 that's been out so far. Whether you have the regular one or the ratcheting one, just depends on if you like the ratcheting screwdriver better. But getting back into it, again, he's got that Klein breaker finder tester. I'm thinking about trying the Milwaukee one when it comes out, but I can't imagine it's going to be much different. Ink's all up there. Also a combination square. Knipex Forge wire strippers. Again, love those. My favorite so far. Spring punch tools. Those are great. Magnetic pickup tool. Also has a couple bit adapters. Looks like he's got a Japanese bit with a vessel magnetizer, or at least one that looks like the vessel one. Along with also a small pin style tester over here. I don't know if that's the Kaiweets version. It looks like it might be. I think he's going to get us over when we scroll to the next picture. Yeah, we can kind of start zooming in on some of these other things. So there's his work light back there. I can't tell what the brand name on that one is. Looks like DOOA is the last. Maybe it starts with a V. Klein non-contact voltage tester. A pair of lineman pliers up there. Also has, it looks like the Klein 14-in-1 maybe is what that one is. Could be the 27-in-1. I'm not sure on the Klein smaller screwdriver, but it's a bigger handle. I like that one. He has also told me, he's watched several of my, he always comments on most videos, and he said that he had bought something like the Vessel screwdriver, but it wasn't the Vessel, so he's been using this one. He acts like he likes it pretty well, so you might want to comment down below, TPG, what brand it is. I can't remember what you told me, so other people know of that option. He's got the Milwaukee pair of tongue and groove pliers with a reamer, straight jaw. I personally don't like those. They're not, I've had them, and I can't get a good grip with those no matter what I use them on, so I don't care for those too much. Also has the Volt Claw engineer's pliers. I've got the Van plier, and they're great. I'm sure those are the same. We'll go down here. He's got the Fastback 1505. Also has some hex keys, a Klein thermometer, Klein level as well. And then let's see, he's got some small 3 amp fuses, so that should tell you maybe a little bit of something. Also, he's got the Malco, the small 1/4 and 5/16, it looks like. And then I think that, again, I think that's the Kaiweets pin tester. I can't remember what the part number is on that, but I've got a review for it on the channel where they sent me one. And the next picture is this far side. He has a, it looks almost like a Tajima tape measure. I'm not sure if that's what that is. I still haven't tried one of those, even though they've been really recommended to me. I need to get one and try it out. He's also got a I think it's Fern or Fin headlamp right there. That's one of the models of a flashlight I haven't tried yet, but I've heard really good things about them. So if you guys know about those, let me know in the comments below. He's highly recommended them to me several times. They emailed me a long time ago, and I told them I wasn't interested in whatever it was that they was going to send me, and mainly because I get, Olight flashlights. I've been getting Wubin flashlights. I try not to make it to where this becomes a flashlight channel, even though the only time I actually tell them to go ahead and send me something is if I feel like it's different than just a normal flashlight. It's got some sort of a feature on it that I would think would separate it from maybe being something else. So again, that's why I haven't tried one of those yet. I haven't found like a version of one that is, to me, different than a Wubin or an Olight, but you guys can let me know in the comments below if you like that brand. I think it's either Fern or Fin. If you've been using those, let me know what your favorite one is in the comments down below. But he's also got, it looks like probably a power bank of some kind, and then a notepad. So I think that's the last picture of that bag it is. So that's all his TP6B right there. And again, I believe that's what that bag is. I don't own that one. But now we're going to get into his TPLD, and he's actually the one that brought it to my attention that this was an option for a bag that was going to come out and made me end up buying mine. So here's the front of that bag. Also, here is the side. So he's got some more of the engineer scissors over there, some zip ties on that zip tie holder. I have found that to be pretty useful as well. Other side, he's got a small hammer, and again, we're going to see these. It's hard to tell what maybe some of that stuff is from now. And again, I don't look at these pictures pre-coming out here and filming other than just to put them in order, but I don't really stare at them and try to look and see what you've got. So here is that bag open up. Again, here is the loadout of how you can fit some tools in this bag. And again, it's got the V-swap panels because it's blackout, so you can kind of change stuff around if you want to. Next picture, we'll start looking at what's in the bag. Again, he's got the engineer scissors. Also has a small Syntec little voltmeter up there. The zip tie holder, another small Reller magmat. Looks like he's got a small 1/4 inch bit holding ratchet probably. I'm not sure what the brand on that is. It almost looks like it kind of has a pivot on the head too. I'm not sure about that. Some tweezers. Also another Klein small thermostat type screwdriver, but it's the one with a little bit bigger handle. I think that one is, again, the 14-in-1, possibly. Maybe the other one was the 27-in-1, and this one's the 14-in-1. Also has a small thumb drive that might throw you in a direction. He's got a Cat 6 type cable tool, crimping tool up there. Also a stripper for that type of wire as well. Let's see, or at least to take the sheathing off. Klein Tools punch down tool. So now you're getting into some stuff that should throw you on a guess. Also has another pair of tongue and groove pliers of some brand. I don't know if that's Stanley possibly. He's got some other, yellow and black Stanley stuff as well. I don't think that those are Klein. They don't look like it to me. We'll go to the next picture. I think we're going to scoot over on the tools. So here's a Stanley. I don't know if that's a pencil or flashlight or what that is for sure. He's also got the flip socket up top with also a pair of small needle nose pliers. Here's another pair of strippers that look like they got quite a bit of action on them. I'm interested to know what the brand name is on that because it kind of looks like a Milwaukee like type look to it, but it's obviously not Milwaukee. It's not red, but it looks like a decent pair of strippers with your options on it. He's got another one of those electric screwdrivers, 2 pairs of flush cuts, another small light it looks like up here, so that might be an option. Looks like kind of like a O-light O-clip style size wise. Vera stubby right there. I think that one holds bits in the handle. He's also got a mirror. I'm going to assume that maybe this is a power bank as well with his USB-C cords or his USB cords. Also a hammer. Here's a parts box, so you can see the connectors in there are for data cable and stuff like that. So again, should be showing you or giving you an idea. Over here to this side, we've got another headlamp of some kind. I don't see a brand on that one, something with an H, so I'm not sure about that. I know that he really likes those Sofern lights, so it might be all his lights might be that brand, but I'm not sure. And then he's also got some patch types cables up here as far as for testing stuff probably as well. And I believe that's his last picture. It is. So here's the TP LD, all the tools that he keeps inside of that bag. And then again, of course, he has that TP6B as well, but there's his LD. So take one last look at those tools. Then see if you can guess down below what it is you think that TPG does with these tools. Again, if you've got questions for him, I'm interested. I know you've told me, but go ahead and drop it in the comments below about your electric screwdriver that has that ball type handle, just because I'm sure it's something people would be interested in to find out, because a lot of people are trying those out. And again, I can't tell you enough how much I use my Vessel electric screwdriver. It's probably become one of my most used tools by far. I absolutely love it. And then again, I'm interested in the feedback from everybody on the lights. What's your favorite Sofern or Sofin? Again, I don't remember which one it is, how it's titled. Let me know your comments, or let me know your favorite down in the comments of that below. But again, don't forget to guess what it is that he does. Now, the second loadout we're going to look at, again, is Vegan's Cookies Good Tool Reviews. He's got a Milwaukee tote along with an organizer down below it, so we're going to take a look at those. He also told me what he does. Both of these people, I know what they do, so I'm not going to guess, but make sure you guess down below. But let's go ahead and look at Vegan Cookies Goods tools and see if we can figure out what it is that we think that he does. So again, here is the outside of his bag with his tote along with a slim profile organizer. I think that this is a really good setup. You know, this is one thing that would maybe make me go over to a Milwaukee Packout over VC or over Vito bags, started to say VCG construction, because the ability to be able to just do this right here, that's a really good idea on this. I don't know what exactly tote this is. I don't know if it's a structured tote, if it's a pack out, because again, my Home Depot does not carry these, so I never get to look at them in person. But we'll go to the next picture. Here is the other side of his bag, and again, he's going to pull these tools out so we can see them as well. So just to give you an idea of the, you basically got two sides and a middle, so it's a lot like those Vito, you know, open totes as well. So here's the other side, so take a look at that one. Now we'll get into a down view, so this is kind of neat as well to give you an idea of what all you can fit in one of these totes. So it looks like he's got all his screwdrivers and those types of things on one side. He's got some Klein, he's got some Milwaukee, some Skill. That's the 27 and 1 tamper, and then the other side is more of his pliers side, and then he has a fluke meter, it looks like, down in the middle. So again, just to give you an idea of that top-down view. Next picture, here is his pack-out organizer, and he told me that this is his go bag, just so you guys know that. So I'm sure he does other stuff, but this is basically the bag he grabs more than anything, and his job that he gave me is pretty specific. So you can try to narrow it down. I don't know that you'll get it specifically, but you might be able to. This right here might give you a better idea of some of the things that he works on, what's inside of this. So the next picture, you know, you can see some of them push-on fittings for, you know, this type of hose, like the poly hoses and all those kinds of things. Let's see, he's got some super glue, some Molly coat as well, if you know what that's for. Let's see. Also, it looks like probably some different maybe relays and things like that down inside of there. It's hard for me to tell exactly what that is, but again, just some small fittings it looks like, and you have to guess for yourself what you think those fittings would go to. Again, I know his specific job, so I'm not going to say anything, but this should be kind of gearing you in that direction. Next picture, so here's the screwdriver side of that bag. So he's got the Klein slotted, big long one there as well. He's got 2 of the Skill drivers, so he leaves one of those set up, Phillips, and one slotted, so that's probably just saves him a lot of time. Those screwdrivers aren't that expensive, and in my opinion, they work really well. I've got a video for a review for that. I think it's a pretty nice, cost-effective, electric screwdriver. I was seeing if I had it over here, and I don't think I do. I've got it in my house bags where I keep that one. But I really like the lever on that one, how you operate it. It's kind of really intuitive, but it's not a bad screwdriver, especially for the price, and he just went ahead and bought 2 of them instead of swapping bits around. He's like, I'm just going to have an electric Phillips and electric slotted. I think that's a really good idea as well. He's got also a long extension there. It looks like Makita. He's got some Vaco screwdrivers. Those are those screw-holding screwdrivers like I have from Klein, but, they've had those for a lot longer period of time. Those are older. Also has a Milwaukee multi-bit type screwdriver. He's got the stubby Klein set up as a super stubby with the metric flip sockets. Also has the 27-in-1 tamper Klein, and then the impact 11-in-1 ratcheting. And then he has also the 20-in-1, or could be the, I can't remember which one exactly has that little collet on it. But basically he's taken that bit-holding screwdriver and made it a super screwdriver with the SAE versions of the flip sockets, or he bought it as the 20-in-1 altogether. He also has the Klein insulated flip blade, really good insulated screwdriver. He has some Husky, looks like, I can't tell if that's a... He's got a 7/8, it looks like, also 19 millimeter, and then a Husky ratchet as well. A couple small screwdrivers, small pick, also a couple stubbies that are Phillips and slotted as well, and a Husky metric set of Allen keys, and then a Husky, or actually I'm saying Husky just because I saw the Husky. It's a magnetic telescoping light, but I think this end, I've got some like this. I think that's got a magnet on this end as well, so it kind of works as a magnetic pickup tool and then also a light at the same time. So next picture, these are the pliers side of his bag. So he's got a 7/8 wrench. So if that tells you anything, I mean, for you to carry a wrench with that size, that's a box type wrench, and all those things, and that's the only wrench in his bag. Maybe what someone specifically uses a 7/8 wrench for more so than anything, that also uses plumbing fittings. He looks like he's got a pair of, I think those are possibly Klein on the diagonals. He's got some Doyle slip joint pliers, also some Doyle like Cobras, tongue and groove pliers. So these might be a Harbor Freight over here too. They might not be Klein. Also has I believe those are Klein needle nose pliers. I think those are like well, no, those aren't spring loaded. I was going to say those are like the version of the old ones that I just got. He's got a fastback. He's also got a pair of in-style nippers of Knipex, and those are probably Doyle there, it looks like. Carries a flat chisel, or a flat, not chisel, flat file. Husky tubing cutter, along with, let's see what that is, Brennan maybe, on the pair of, I guess you'll call them needle nose vice grips, is what I would call them, I guess. I'm not sure what the technical name for those are. Also the Klein, it looks like a pair of a little bit longer needle nose with some cutters. Has some silicone grease, some Teflon tape, also some Stanley and some channel lock adjustable wrenches. Here's a pair of Klein needle nose with the strippers. I see so many people with that pair, and I've just not bought them. I see so many people using them anyway. So, also a Ames plug tester, receptacle tester. Also a small little brush. Another flashlight over there. Can't tell what the Quantum maybe is what the brand of that is. And then this little brush right here as well. So those are the two sides of his Milwaukee bag. Here's a different view to get to those Brennan, and just a different view of his tools just in general. So you can check those out there. Those are the tools we just looked at. And then the next picture, he's got this stuff down in the middle. So he's got a Fluke 337. If that tells you anything as far as what someone might need that meter for. And then here is another parts bag. Let's see if we can see anything specific. So he's got some different screws, hardware, some springs, it looks like. Let's see, maybe some little wires and things like that in this one as well. So you can take a look at that and see if that helps you out in any way. And then here is the weight of his bag. He took a picture of the weight of his bag. I think that's also with the organizer on the bottom. 29.10 pounds. Some people like to know that, and I believe that's his last picture. It is. So again, here's the weight of his bag. There's the middle of his bag. We'll go here is his plier side. There's the screwdriver side. And then there's his organizer. Again, this might help you more than anything on being specific. And then let's go back and look one more time at his tool bag with his setup right there. So as you look at those tools, again, think about what it is that you think he specifically does. You can be vague about it and think one category, but again, he gave me specific. I know exactly what it is he does. I'm not sure that any of you will guess it, but you know, you can try and we'll just see. It's always, again, I think it's interesting. The more specific that you try to get, you can kind of throw out a general guess and then say, well, I think within that he does this if you want to. Again, there's no rules to this. You guess whatever you want to. If you've got any questions for him, ask that down below. I'm interested in how well you like that Milwaukee tote in conjunction with the organizer. Again, that is the one thing that would pull me towards Milwaukee totes over Veto bag, just because I use those organizers a lot. You know, I carry in my impact bits, I carry all sorts of things. It would be nice to be able to just slap them in the bottom. You know, at some point I might actually put some feet in a Veto bag and do it. I haven't done it. Maybe once my, you know, warranty's up or whatever it might be. I don't know that I will do that. If any of you have done that, you can, you know, kind of email me and let me know how you went about doing it, or if you've got a link to a video showing somebody do it. I'd be interested in seeing that as well. But that's TPG, the Practical Gadgeteer, and also Vegan Cookies Good. Drop a comment down below guessing what it is that you think they do. I appreciate you all sending those in. As always, I hope this video was entertaining and helpful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.